Alright, Pretender here, back with another Honkai Star Rail video. And with it being a few hours since Firefly has launched on all servers for Honkai Star Rail, I am now here with the guide for Firefly. Just like my other guides, this is going to be going over her kit, including Eidolons, Lightcone options, Relic options, stats you want on the Relics, and some team recommendations. And yep, that's all I gotta say. Before I get to the video, drop a like, drop a sub, hit the bell icon for more videos like this, and let's get straight into the video. So Firefly is a fire character following the path of destruction. Her basic attack deals fire damage equal to 100% of Sam's attack to a single target enemy. Her skill consumes HP equal to 40% of this unit's max HP, and regenerates a fixed amount of energy equal to 60% of this unit's max energy. Deals fire damage equal to 200% of Sam's attack to a single target enemy. If the current HP is not sufficient, reduces Sam's HP to 1 when using the skill, advances this unit's next action by 25%. So when you do use the skill, you do indeed at the end of it get a 25% action forward. Firefly's ultimate enters the complete combustion state and gains enhanced basic attack and enhanced skill. While in complete combustion, increases speed by 60, and when using the enhanced basic attack or enhanced skill, increases this unit's weakness break efficiency by 50% and the break damage dealt by Sam to the enemy targets by 20%, lasting until the current attack ends. A countdown timer for the complete combustion state appears on the action order. When the countdown timer starts, Sam exits the complete combustion state. The countdown timer has its own fixed speed of 70, and Sam cannot use the ultimate while in complete combustion. So as it did say, it does enhance the basic attack and enhances the skill. So now for the enhanced basic attack, restores HP by an amount equal to 20% of this unit's max HP, deals fire damage equal to 200% of Sam's attack to a single target enemy. And then the blast enhanced skill restores HP by an amount equal to 25% of this unit's max HP, applies fire weakness to a single target enemy lasting for 2 turns, deals fire damage equal to 0.2 times break effect plus 200% of Sam's attack to this target. At the same time, deals fire damage equal to 0.1 times break effect plus 100% of Sam's attack to adjacent targets, and then the maximum break effect taken into calculation is capped at 360%. For talent, the lower the HP, the less damage received. When HP is 20% or lower, the damage reduction reaches its maximum effect of 40%. During the complete combustion, the damage reduction remains at its maximum value, and effect res increases by 30%. So when you are in the ultimate, you already have the 40% damage lower, and you also gain a 30% effect res increase. If energy is lower than 50% when the battle begins, regenerates energy to 50%. Once energy is regenerated to maximum, dispels all debuffs on this unit. Technique: leaps into the air and moves freely for about 5 seconds, which can be ended early by launching a plunging attack. When the duration ends, plunges immediately and attacks all enemies within a set area. At the start of each wave, applies fire weakness to all enemies lasting for 2 turns, then deals fire damage equal to 200% of Sam's attack to all enemies. For her major traces, her A2, during the complete combustion, attacking enemies that have no fire weakness can also reduce their toughness, with the effect being equivalent to 55% of the original toughness reduction from abilities. So in the ult, you do become sort of a rainbow DPS. Her A4, when Sam is in complete combustion with a break effect that is equal to or greater than 200%/360%, attacking a weakness broken enemy target will convert the toughness reduction of this attack into 1 instance of 35%/50% super break damage. So if you have 200% all the way up to 359% break effect, you get the conversion to 35% super break damage the 1 instance, and if you have 360% or higher, you get a 50% super break damage 1 instance. And then A6, for every 10 attack that exceeds 1800, increases this unit's break effect by 0.8%. And now talking about her Eidolons, for her E1, when using the enhanced skill, it ignores 15% of the target's defense. The enhanced skill does not consume skill points. E2, while in complete combustion, using the enhanced basic attack or the enhanced skill to defeat an enemy target or to break their weakness allows Sam to immediately gain 1 turn. Extra turn, I should say. This effect can trigger again after 1 turn. So again, it is just resurgence on steroids. For E4, while in complete combustion, increases Sam's effect res by 50%. And then the E6, while in complete combustion, increases Sam's fire res pen by 20%. And when using the enhanced basic attack or enhanced skill, increases the weakness break efficiency by 50%. Now moving on to Lightcone options for Firefly, our best Lightcone is going to be her signature Lightcone, increasing your break effect by 60%, so you're already getting a 60% increase to break effect, which is really good on its own. And when the wearer deals break damage to an enemy target, inflicts Routed on the enemy, lasting for 2 turns. Targets afflicted with Routed receive 24% increased break damage from the wearer and their speed lowered by 20%. Effects of similar type cannot be stacked. So this Lightcone mainly giving you a 60% increase to break effect, which is going to be really good for her because that's going to be the stat you want to prioritize the most. And then with Routed, you also make enemies take more break damage, which is going to be your source of damage. So this Lightcone is very, very good for her. Another very powerful Lightcone on Firefly is the free-to-play Destruction Herda Shop, the Aeon Lightcone. Since it is free, gonna display it at S5, giving you a 16% increase in the battle anytime you attack, and stacking up to 4 times. And when you do inflict a weakness break, you get an increased damage by 24% for 2 turns. Sadly, it doesn't help you much in the break department, but it does give you a bunch of attack percent, and the more attack Firefly has that is above that 1800 threshold, 10 above, you get 0.8% break effect if you do remember from the bonus trace. So getting attack percent is still a pretty viable option just because you are byproduct increasing your own break effect. The second part, dealing the weakness break, is going to be really easy because that's our whole playstyle and you want to weakness break the enemy. Although the 24% damage dealt, it is there, it's not really going to help your damage too much because the damage dealt or like crit and all that kind of stuff doesn't really help Firefly's damage. It's mainly break damage, break effect stat, having all that stuff. So overall that's not going to help you, but it's still a nice bonus to have. So this is going to be the second best option. And sadly that is, and also one 4-star option I'm going to list, practically the only good options because she is like the only break character besides Boothill and Shui, or Shui, however you say her name. Or Jades, however you want to say her name. But the next option is Indelible Promise. Since it's a 4-star, I will display it as 5, giving you a 56% increase to break effect, so that's helpful. And then when you do use your ultimate, you get a 30% increase to your crit rate for 2 turns. Again, as I mentioned, besides break effect and I guess attack percent for more break effect, crits, they will boost your damage a bit, but not by much. So that part isn't that great, but it is a nice bonus to have. It's mainly for the fact that it gives you a whole 56% break effect increase, which is really good. So this is another viable 4-star option. And now for the relic portion of this video. The best options for relics for Firefly is going to be the Iron Cavalry set. The 2-piece giving you a 16% increase to break effect, and the 4-piece, when you do have 150% break effect or higher, break damage will ignore 10% of enemies' defense, and if you have 250% or higher break effect, the super break damage dealt to the enemy target additionally ignores 15% of their defense, giving you up to a 25% ignoring defense with this whole set. And with Firefly, you're going to have a good amount above 250%, so you can make use of this set entirely. The set is practically made perfectly for Firefly. The 2-piece increasing break effect, and the 4-piece giving you super break, ignoring defense, and in general ignoring defense. And since she does actually have innate super break, even if you aren't running her with Harmony Trailblazer, you can still make use out of the set entirely. So this is going to be your best relic set overall. Another option is actually doing the 4-piece of the Quantum set. You can't make use of the 2-piece because it's Quantum damage, but the 4-piece does help you ignore 10% of the enemy's defense when you're doing damage. And ignoring defense is the second best thing a break character can do, so that's very helpful. And if they do have Quantum weakness, you ignore an additional 10%. So you can get up to 20% defense ignore, but that's situational. If they're weak to Quantum, then you get it, but otherwise it's just a 10%, which is not that crazy compared to the other relic set, but it is still an option you can do. And then past that, you practically would do something like 2-piece Watchmaker and 2-piece of Thief. You can also do 4-piece Thief, just both of them giving you a 16% increase to break effect. The 4-piece on Thief also giving you an additional 16% break effect with some energy back is nice. And since the new relic set does also have a 2-piece break effect increase, you can also combine that 2-piece with one of these while you're waiting to get the full set. So that is the next option you can do. And then for planner ornaments, the best one is going to be the Forge set. This new set giving you a 6% increase to speed, which speed is also very good on Firefly. And anytime the wearer hits an enemy that has fire weakness, which Firefly can implant, the wearer's break effect increases by 40%, lasting for 1 turn. So this is the best one because again, it gives you speed, which is going to be really good on Firefly, and giving you a 40% increase to anyone or anytime you are attacking someone that has fire weakness, which is going to easily be practically every time because you can implant the weakness, VIA the enhanced skill, or VIA the technique. So it is very easy to get this break effect bonus. And so this is the best planner ornament. Another good planner ornament you can use is the Talia set, giving you a 16% increase to break effect. And when you do have 145 speed or higher, which you're guaranteed to have on Firefly, you get an additional 20% increase to your break effect, effectively giving you up to 36% break effect practically at all times. Or I guess when you do ult, or if your build just naturally has that much speed, which it probably will, you practically just have a free 36% break effect increase. So this is another good set. And then everyone's favorite, Space Sealing Station, is another option you can do. While not that good, it does give you a 12% attack increase, and when you do get 120 speed or higher, you get an additional 24% attack increase. And like I mentioned with one of the Lightcones, the attack increase byproduct gives you more break effect, so it isn't a completely useless option, but it's obviously not as good compared to the other ones. But if you're very down bad, then you can do that. Now for the main stats for the Relic, for the body, you want attack percent, for the feet, you want speed, for the orb, you want attack percent, and for the link rope, you want break effect. For the substats, you want to first focus on speed. Get your speed up to about 145. If you are pairing her with Ruan Mei, which a lot of people will do, then it's a bit more lenient, but you definitely want to make sure you have 145 to preferably 150 speed. With the Ruan Mei effect, without the Ruan Mei effect, you can have even more if you don't, because if you do have a base high speed around 145-ish, and then you pair it with Ruan Mei, you get 160 speed, which is also very good. And then you're all shooting you with the 200s, is going to be nice. So definitely focus on speed till you have about 145 to preferably 150. And then past that is break effect. Break effect, you want to get as much as you can. You do definitely want to make sure you have about 360% in battle in order to make full use of the bonus brace. So you're going to need a lot of break effect on top of that. And then you can also focus on attack percent because again, byproduct, it's going to be helping your break effect. So attack percent rolls aren't completely wasted. They are pretty helpful, especially compared to anything else you can get. Crit rolls can work, but again, it's a very, very, very minuscule increase to your damage. So mainly focus on getting the speed up to what I said, break effect as high as possible, and then some attack percent for more break effect. And now for the team idea portion of this video. I don't have Firefly on this account at the moment, so just pretend like it's Firefly, I guess. But best team you can do right now is taking Firefly, Ruan Mei, Armory Trailblazer, and then your sustain for the team is going to exceptionally be pairing well with Gallagher. So this is the best Firefly team you can do right now. Firefly is your DPS, Ruan Mei buffing everything with everything she does is going to be helping pretty much. Armory Trailblazer increasing the super break, giving break effect and all that. And Gallagher not only sustaining the team, but also helping wiggle down the toughness bars, because Firefly does implant fire weakness, which Gallagher is also fire, so that can help even more. The Basada debuff making them take more break damage. This is the best team you can do. And if you maybe are missing one, let's say you don't have Gallagher Bill, or you might not have Ruan Mei, you can sort of mix and match. You can take off Gallagher and just put practically any sustain you want. Thankfully, she does have self-sustaining in Firefly's own kit, so you still can take someone like Aventurine. But if you want to heal all of the damage, you can just take someone like Wocha or Puopuo. Puopuo can help you with energies and also give you attack percent for more break effect, so that's also an option. So you have pretty flexible options with the sustain, but if you don't have someone like Ruan Mei, you can replace Ruan Mei with like a debuffer. So you can take someone like Pele with the defense lower, because defense lower is also very good with these break characters. Silverwolf also can work in that aspect. And if you have none of those built, you're in for a little rough time, and you probably have to cope with running someone like Bronya, or just whatever options you can work with. Armory Trailblazer is thankfully free and is the best teammate for Firefly, right beside Ruan Mei. So if you don't have access to one, you just gotta work with what you have. But overall, those are your options. Yeah, that is the full Firefly guide. Let me know how your guys' summons went. Are you building her? What teams you're running? All that kind of stuff. And yep, peace out.